Oh.
Fighters? Ruby.
Wow. I mean, it's a way to corral.
Technically, Esme Valentina short range. Claude dives in. Bellaric does want that as well. Hirara is also a dive-in hero.
It's not as easy as it sounds, man. Like Ruby, playing Ruby is like, this is like a high cortisol hero in terms of like, I have to get someone, you know, I have to get, you know, ideally multiple members at once too, to be able to be effective. And chances are you're not gonna get that.
It's a big gamble. What do you think, Miracle? Ruby pick for Audi TZ.
It's a playmaking pick, it's a signature pick from back when he was in Rebellion as well. Now he's up against Navi, team that acquired Rebellion. So I don't know where I'm going with that, but it's not really that good of a pick in the meta.
So you don't like it?
Not too big of a fan,
Especially when the Bellaric is in the front. What if you get the Bellaric too? That's something that you don't really sign up for.
And then your whole team gets taunted.
Yikes.
So both Navi again?
I still go Navi, but this time the early game is a big punch. So it depends on how Navi deal with the early game. If they win out early game somehow, guaranteed win, I think. But if Geek Fam get a snowball, oh god, we might see like an 11-minute end.
So will the snowball happen, ladies and gentlemen, for Geek to turn this series around? Already a 1-0 for Navi. Let's head in over to game number 2, Land of Dawn.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Great pathing by Andoryu. He goes straight to the enemy golem. Nobody saw this coming. This is a good steal. I think he's gonna get both, by the way. If he gets this golem here, he goes to the beetle of Geek Fam up top. Apro, yeah, he's trying to buy as much time as possible. Andoryu, double, just poke. He doesn't go for the beetle. He goes for poke. He takes the mid prio away, and Nazara, oh god, delayed, free lethal and the beetle. Sorry, and the golem.
He's going to be lagging behind there. So already something that they're trying to secure for themselves. IDTZ gets caught though.
Flicker. Oh, this is such a big win for Navi in the early game, and it stops Geek Fam from at least snowballing for a bit, because a boy loses out in mid prio now because it's a 2v1, and Ruby has no flicker. Let's take a look at the emblems by Bayou here. Brave Smite from... Oh, even Apro went Brave Smite. Okay. Yeah, they really are just trying to sustain past the early game, I think, here. Festival of Blood choice. Nothing too crazy other than those, yeah.
And by the way, like the mid prio for Ruby is actually pretty bad. You don't really trade out damage, especially if you're not building damage. And
especially without concussive.
You don't really have that built-in spell fam either to sustain. It's only that Brave Smite. So there's nothing working out here for Geek Fam. They have to turtle down in their own vicinities.
So I'm wondering what they're going to be playing for, right? They don't really have the rhythm of the early game. The rotations are definitely not in their favor. Are they going to play for Kinziski?
Did he miss that?
Which is what they really want. He misses that. And remember, they're banking on the fact that Kinziski gets that early game snowball. They're not able to do it just yet. And it's frozen in favor of Zeon right now. So if Navi, after this neutral objective, looks for a rotation towards the bottom lane, Kinziski's not going to be having a good time.
Good news though, Apro is on a Bellaric, so no level 4 for this Bellaric. Carson's the only one that can actually carry this. Andoryu though, still testing the waters. And he actually stole this one, no. And that's the right play for Navi.
Yep. Geek Fam need to get the neutral objective. They need to get the snowball. Navi just need to play it safe. Zeon doing a good job in the bottom lane, and Geek Fam haven't really found a way to punish this bottom lane. The weak side pick of Navi for now, and Doryu. Thank goodness for a boy there. He did walk up. Could have been deadly. Just stole the Thunder's Wrath as well. But yeah, it's back to equal footing. Navi doing a pretty good job, just holding things out. That's what we need to do right now against this composition. You do not let Geek Fam snowball from turtle and kill. Just let them get the turtle. You go for trades around the map. And they've done a good job at at kind of stopping that snowball because of the flickers burnt out. Apro though.
Oh my goodness, that's a bit too much damage than I expected, but first blood goes to RDTZ.
Yeah.
Instead of Nazara. Still a W though.
Oh, Zeon?
He's good. Let's go too. Boy doesn't have Thunder's Wrath, so no chance they kill Zeon here, especially with the members down below.
A boy doesn't have ult.
But yeah, you see how much more of a punch they're packing, right, in the early game. That's to be expected. Now at least they're pushing the tempo, trying to get as much of a lead as possible here, pushing down below, taking the green camps away from Andoryu's Hirara. But again, I think as long as the gold lead doesn't get past the 3,000 mark for Navi, it's still good.
Just any equal economy is always a W for Big W, and now Geek Fam is just gonna try to slow things down. And this time around, they have a decent clear and also a decent farming potential. So it should be leaning towards Geek Fam when things start dying down like this. Especially when you have Valentino on the other side. Ooh.
You can still kind of see like some pressure though.
Yo, Nazara. Happy birthday, Nazara.
Beautiful.
Andoryu with a kill. And that's the snowball they're looking for.
That's the neutralization they're looking for.
Yeah. And now Navi's going to be, you know, claws in onto the objective. The Lord is there. Nazara, 5 more seconds. They want to blitz this. Oh, what a taunt!
It's the flicker weather to Dryad, and also everything in the kitchen sink connecting towards Geek Fam. But now the, oh no! The blitzing duel has been cancelled by Marcel. I don't think you should go for this one, but no! Never mind!
Yeah. No,
Kinziski gets this one for himself.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Kinziski goes in, was able to take down Andoryu. And so they leveled the playing field, but the burst from Kinziski on his skills, it was too big, and they were the ones to secure the objective instead. So back-to-back, Kinziski kind of saved that turtle too.
He's on some demon timing. I said GG because I thought it would be 2 kills for free and the neutral objective to Navi. But Geek Fam equalized there as well with a Sky Piercer torn apart memory take from Kenzie. That first item, Sky Piercer, is already paying dividends. He gets a stack instantly, he gets a turret down below, he gets a turtle. The snowball is, oh wait! What a cancel! You see that interaction? Audi TZ with the skill 2, obviously unintended, but cancels out the I'm offended from Gize.
Hey, it is intended.
Sure.
It is intended. Come on.
He knows.
He knows.
God dang, I didn't know that was, you know, an interaction. Your skill 2 can cancel your own stolen ult. That's sick.
I think going on so far, 1.5k for Geek Fam currently. So far, they're owning the bushes, and when you are winning like this with a Eudora, it always feels good, you know.
And a Brody, especially. The Brody will just rotate everywhere now and get turrets. This is why the Brody is so valued by a lot of different teams here. And you can definitely see it utilized by Geek Fam. Navi need to find a trade somewhere on the map. And they go into the bottom lane, but Audi is reacting.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if Geek... Oh, definitely can actually prevent this one. Hold on a second, Apro. Half HP, but it's still A-okay because he's a 3. ODTZ though, wanna go into the bushes, but he might be paying the price. Oh my lord! But Andoryu is gonna be the retaliation. I'm not sure if that's worth it. Marcel though, rotating down below, but did not find anything. It is a roamer for a very valuable Hirara.
That was really well done. That was really well done. Audi TZ trades his life, but he was able to secure Andoryu before that. And the fact is, once again, Geek Fam take control over the objective. Nearly stolen. Not gonna let that slide. Nazara didn't even use his retribution, by the way, to get that. So he still has that under his belt. He can utilize it for an invade, perhaps later on into Navi's jungle.
A boy needs to be very, very careful now, right? Both Kenzie and a boy, they need to be locked in to dodge away from that Bellering rather than try to flicker later on in the game. Because right now it's still 2,000. Geek Fam need to push that to above 3. That's the threshold that you will be comfortable with this kind of composition. Navi, on the other hand, they did a good job level 1 at stopping the snowball from happening, but after that, not too much. Unfortunately, getting read out, getting beaten out by the proactive rotations of Geek Fam, and I think the biggest difference to this Navi compared to yesterday's Navi when you're up against a similarly early dominant comp was they had a Novaria. They could scout with the Astral Echo at this point of the game. With no Novaria, the Valentina can just survive with Brave Smite.
Yeah, you can also take Moskov into account. That's also a big part of Navi's comeback as well, but it's a Claude right now. Wave clear is still all right for the Claude, but in the grand scheme of things, not really that great for Navi. ODTZ actually secured his item just now in 8 minutes.
Oof. Yeah. Turret down below though. Kenzie's on it already. This is big if they get a tier 2. Detna's welcome. Tier 2 taken. And Doryu wants to take... Oh my god, he goes in for the clear, but it doesn't matter exactly. This is big, boys. This is big. This is a big structure to take.
It's only been 8 minutes, and you can see how many structures that Geek Fam have already picked up for themselves. Second item for Zeon.
Oof! Baited the flicker.
That's huge.
Holy moly, the feints in this game, dude. A boy caught lacking. I don't know.
Small things that are really turning into bigger ones.
Cars?
Oh,
okay.
God.
Still has the Purify to get away, but it is a resource either way, so Geek Fam will take that as a W as the Lord is about to come up, or already coming up.
And Doryu right now, level 11 compared to Nazara at 12. There is a level advantage for the side of Geek. Zeon is still an item away from his power spike as well. That's a concealed play.
Oh my
Looking for
God.
something, and Doryu actually gets out.
What a read.
Uh-oh, but it's gonna be Apro though, the one that's gonna be bursted down. A boy with the full ultimate also thrown, but memory, Kenziski with the kill. The burst damage is already enough. Marcel though getting brought back on the other side of the wall, but flickers behind. Still survives somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Good try though, good try by Jize.
This is a free Lord, I feel. Oh, unless Audi.
Yeah, not gonna lie, like, obviously it's not on Peloski's level, but Audi's instinct is actually pretty good.
Yep. I mean, that was ridiculous, right? It was just not in range. That could have been a free kill on Sandoryu. Well played,
He
though.
saw that.
What?
I think he saw that. I think he saw Andoryu going to the bush. But we might check that later if it's wrong.
Hopefully get to see it in the replay. But as it stands, still complete control over from Geek Fam. They're pushing that top wave. We do see that Cars is perhaps looking for something of a trade.
Uh-oh, a boy.
Hold on, Apro though, that's a lot of people on towards him. The Battle Giant did connect towards 3, but really not much follow-up coming in for Navi. And they're hesitating here.
They're -1. Cars is still in the bottom lane trying to buy some time. He was able to get a structure in the bottom side, and now he's trying to just... Is he trying to clear this alone? Is that possible?
He's trying to actually bait people to come bot so that they don't destroy his base.
Wait,
This is a
1v1?
I think this is an Esmeralda win.
I'm not sure here.
Azaz doesn't have Sea Halberd. No,
Yeah, not yet.
he doesn't win this.
Or does he even want to build that? The Cars is just standing strong here.
Yep.
It's gonna be different though when Brody and also the Ruby is coming in.
just
Cars,
wants to
I think
clear it.
at this point,
But he bought so much time.
gonna sacrifice his life.
Yeah.
The one who's gonna get the kill. Who is it gonna be?
They're gonna
I think
feed it.
it's gonna be Kenziski, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, never
Dude,
mind.
that's
Oh,
so
and they
troll.
got something on the other side of the map. It's Marcel taken down.
Why would you last hit when there's a Sky Piercer on your Brody, bro?
That's a question that I want to answer,
Okay.
but I can't.
You might not be able to ask the player himself.
Okay. If they win though, if they lose then.
That is true. See Halberd though for Kenziski. Identifying maybe the issue with the Esmeralda. How did Marcel die? Did he get targeted?
Yeah, I mean, he was left all alone, and I have to give props to Navi because they were proactively looking for space on the map while Cars baited everyone bot. He got what he wanted to, what he intended to do, the vision, I saw it, and it was also executed. But how the rest of the team capitalized on that fact was very impressive. They started to regain some control over the map, got a pick on Marcel. Obviously, things aren't looking good, but it could be worse.
40 seconds before the Lord, Geek has amassed 4K gold lead. That should be good enough already, especially with the long lane control that they've established right here. And all the Dizzy is trying to set up a trap here. I think Apro so far has been doing this bus checking quite beautifully. Most of the time, he always spots Audi TZ as well, vice versa.
Okay.
I wonder why they opened the top push first. Are they looking for the Brody?
At this point, they're just trying to handle far lane because they are afraid that Geek Fam might have an ambush up top. That's why they open it slowly but surely, take these control the pushes, and now, ooh, it's a good move. If you are playing the long game, right, Lord Vance, I don't think Geek Fam intend to play that way. They're bursting it.
Feels like the Onslaught would have beat a fight here. Marcel, oh, I don't know about that. That's a big resource to burn. Apro though with the conceal.
The Lord.
Trying to get the flicker play, but no, the Lord's gonna be taken down by Nazawa first. All the Dizzy body mortality getting, and I'm offended on towards Cars. But now Cheesy just pulling air. Unfortunate, but now Geek Fam, I think they're happy with that lack of trade. It's only a Lord for themselves.
It looks like Navi were trying to do something, but like they were running out of time. Geek Fam, they were already able to shred the Lord, take it out for themselves, and
Cars.
before Andoryu, was able to find anything in the mid lane, it looked like he was trying to set up for a trap with Afro. But yes, Cars again doing work for his team, similarly to Kevin in that first match. They should be able to get a tower in the top side. Wait a second, GC?
Hold on, GC might be a bit too deep right there. That's a lot of HP burn. But now Nazara going for Apro, also the Munch as well. Apro, does he have enough HP to actually survive? No, the chain CC was beautiful from ODTZ. But now only 4 left for Navi. The wave is still coming again in the mid lane. Can they actually do it this time? Kenziski is still hitting from the back line. Andoyu with the iframes, with the immunity. But now the wave has been cleared. Oh my goodness, this is a big, I'm offended by GZ. ODTZ super low. But he gets the healing from the Brave Smite. And also the mortality has been popped. Andoyu still somehow trying to find a way to get in. But that is gonna be it. Geek Fam though, they still have some waves up top. Do they want to use it again?
They're opening up the vision, they're opening up the map, but do they want to look for something else for themselves? Andoryu is in a very aggressive position, but they decide otherwise. They still play the discipline game and they still go back. Navi successfully go for the clear after a beautiful play coming from Cars as well as Afro. And it's going to go to the reset. Is this another Lord dance that they both have to fight for?
The thing is, Geek Fam aren't playing a Lord dance. They're just going straight up Lord fight, right? They're going for either you come here 5v5 or we take the Lord for free. And that's why earlier when Andoryu built a slow push up top, I'm saying that would be good if it was a Lord dance. If Geek Fam intended to play it slow. But with this comp, you never want to play slow. You want to play as fast as possible. Scaling for Navi, I mean, I guess it's still there, right? They still have a Claude that scales. They'll pick gun soon with nature already. But some of them are so behind that they don't have items to deal with the burst of Geek Fam, and that's where it becomes really problematic. That's why maybe for me, I would have loved to see the Uranus over the Esmeralda here. Cars, he needs to start really pressuring the backliners for the Esmeralda to be useful.
Yeah, and Kaczynski actually bought the Vitacron as well, so he's going to be very survivable from now on. But I'm not really a superstitious guy, but...
Just a little stitious?
Yeah, you know. The first game, 7-0 for Kaczynski until the last moment. He hasn't died so far, just...
What are you saying here? What are you saying here?
I'm feeling like if it's a deja vu, it's not going to be good for Geek Fam. Oh, man. Currently hasn't died just yet. The first death might be
oh my god,
the nail in the coffin, but Apro is trying to set up a bush here.
They're doing it again.
Oh, Nazara does not know. Oh, that's a big spot. Do they want to chase? Is the question, Apro. And also Andoyu beelining towards the back. They don't want none of that. Now DTZ own the bushes in the mid lane. Now Marcel in the front line still taking some damage. 15k on the Lord. It's Andoyu versus Nazara once again. It's gonna be 50-50. It's Andoyu on the Lord. Marcel though, that's a lot of damage towards the Dino. But now DTZ looking to set up. Oh my goodness, Marcel's gonna take it down. But now look at the frontliners of Geek Fam. Their HP are whittling down, but now V get the Lord, and that should be good enough for them to build on.
That was so well played by Navi.
Wow.
How did they achieve that? Andoryu wins the 50-50 on Retribution against Nazara. So a little bit of a revenge act from game number 1. How did Navi play that so well? It looked like their trap didn't work. The Andoryu Afro trap in the bottom lane. Nazara saw it coming.
Dude, that was just so well played, man. Apro with the positioning as well. It was a 50-50 at the end of the day, but God, Apro made Nazara think about so many things, right? Even the Wrath of the Dryad and the initiations. And yeah, what a check. I think that was just instinctual by Nazara, the ult into the bush. Really good stuff. I think also for Navi, they hesitated quite a bit because they were thinking, if we utilize all our resources, like the Wrath of the Dryad, the taunt on the Paquito, do we even kill him? He has Rose Gold and Queen's Wings, so they learned from game number 1 not to mess with the Paquito. But in the end, they got a better position because of that. They got the jungle to go up, or down below rather, so that the Claude could hit, the Valentina could get position, the Esmeralda could also posture up, and that's led to them, I think, almost making the gold lead irrelevant. It's not irrelevant just yet. I think it's still... There's still a little bit of relevance, mainly in the mid lane, right? A boy and Valentina, Gize. A boy still has more items, but that's about it. I think even the frontliners should...
Well, Apro's gonna be the target. I don't know if they have enough damage though. The chop once again towards Apro. Thought about memory, get him down. But now Nazara is looking to join the fight. I don't think Geek Fam can chase this one unless Kaczynski. ODTZ with the conceal. Nothing can be found there in the bushes of Navi.
That's another stack for Kaczynski, by the way. He has one more. And even if Navi picks up the Lord earlier, obviously, you know, they're trying to equalize as much as possible, but they weren't even able to touch a single inhibitor turret. So those are going to still stand for Geek Fam as compared to Navi, who's missing 2. So it's still in favor of Geek Fam right now.
You have to take into account, though, that...
Cars burns to purify.
Yeah, he... Oh, Audi!
Oh, DTC does not want to let him go. Cars
No
should be
way.
dying here. No, never mind.
Wow.
Nazara does not have enough resources to land the final jab.
And they baited a flicker from Audi TZ. That is one of the main initiating tools of Geek Fam. For a Purify on the frontliner, I think that's a good trade at the end of the day. But again, for Geek Fam, they're going to look to burst this down. 10 seconds on the Lord. Zeon is trying to clear out the wave in the bottom lane first, but he will be very, very late into the skirmish. Oh, God. What's the decision? Geek Fam, do they still try to burst it down now? I don't think they can do it. It's evolved. Oh, God. I forgot. For some reason, I thought we were still at like the 15-minute mark. This game's been really good. Oh, Audi?
Once again, Apro on the receiving end of
bad.
the I'm offended, but all the resource has been burned. This might be a window for Navi. Cars, that's why he's very aggressive currently, but it looks like it's just gonna be
Look at Apro.
a waiting game right now. Apro though, opening the bushes. Audi TZ does not have the ultimate just yet, still on cooldown. The Lord, half HP, 1/3 of HP. Marcel,
Zeon,
back towards GZ or Sion.
Oh my God!
And also, Kanziski gonna get taken down. Immortality's gone. Wrath of the Dryad! And that's Kanziski taken out of the board. But now Marcel taking down some members of Navi as well. Team fight is so scattered right now. Cars still in the front line, taking all damage. I don't think he has enough HP to actually survive this one. Donazara still trying to hide from this Esmeralda. Audi DZ and a boy just munching down on this dancer, and Geek Fam, throughout a very chaotic team fight, will be able to secure game number 2 in the 20th minute.
Back-to-back long games between both of these teams. Every single time it goes to the very end. Game number 1, it was 23. Now it is 20 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to game number 3.
Oh my God.